and snow could make for a messy commute tonight leading into tomorrow. Julian Seawright has all the details. And we have newly released video of a crash involving Middleton police officers. This is News 3 Now at noon. It's a weather alert day for southern Wisconsin starting tonight, going into Tuesday. Freezing rain, sleet, and light snow all expected. Julian Seawright has more in your certified most accurate forecast. Julian.
That's right. We are looking at our alert day starting off for us. Kicking things off, though, we have a winter weather advisory in effect for pretty much all of southern Wisconsin as we get in throughout the rest of our Monday. Just know that things are going to be pretty quiet for today. We're not looking at much in terms of concerns for us, as it's just going to be overcast and breezy, and temperatures will still be above freezing throughout much of today. But again, we are looking at that purple really encompassing much of Wisconsin as we're continuing throughout today, and now cater into our Tuesday, as we are going to be expecting to see that freezing rain, sleet, and even some light snow around southern Wisconsin for us. And that's what we're going to be talking about, is that for tonight into Tuesday is those ice and snow accumulations to be possible from the system that's going to be rolling in. But again, today is going to be on the quiet side until we get into about the evening commutes around 6 p.m. So once you're having dinner, that's when we're going to start to see that light rain and some freezing rain starting to roll its way in. However, areas north of Dane County, where it's already going to be below freezing, going to be seeing those transition to snow a bit quicker, but we could see that rain just carrying in throughout the rest of tonight. But we'll go into more detail of that in a few moments. But looking ahead, just know it is going to be quiet. So just prepare for the icy conditions and the treacherous roads as well going into tomorrow. But we'll have more details on that, Mark, of what else to expect in a few moments.
So this afternoon's commute's okay?
This afternoon will be fine. It's tonight's and tomorrow that we're going to be worried about.
All right, we'll check back, Julian. Thank you. And you can stay up to date on the latest weather conditions on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. We're seeing new video of an officer-involved crash in Middleton last week. Take a look at it. If you can see a police car drive through an intersection. Moments later, another vehicle seen driving the wrong way toward the squad car. It then crashes into it head-on. The two officers and a driver were treated at the hospital for minor injuries. The driver was arrested for OWI. The video was only released today by the Middleton Police Department. This is the fifth Middleton squad car to be damaged in incidents over the last 2 years. Madison police are looking for the driver of a hit-and-run who crashed into a house. Officers were dispatched to a home near the 3000 block of Nestling Street just before 2:30 this morning. A passenger in the car remained at the scene and spoke with police, but officers say the driver fled the scene and has not been found. No injuries were reported. Investigators say there was no structural damage to the house. UWPD says no coaches will be charged after yesterday's scuffle at the Kohl Center. It happened after the Badgers' 77-63 win over Michigan. The department says they checked in with both sides and neither wanted to pursue charges. UWPD says they'll let the athletic departments of both UW-Madison and Michigan, plus the Big Ten, handle the punishments. President Biden says he is open to talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin in order to avoid a war in Ukraine. Deborah Alfarone has more details.
Good afternoon.
The White House says President Biden is willing to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, but only if Russia does not invade Ukraine.
We're ready to continue diplomacy, including at the highest levels, to try to resolve this matter peacefully.
But time may be running out for a diplomatic solution.
Putin, Biden.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said at a meeting of Putin's Security Council that the West is not ready to accept Moscow's demand to stop NATO's eastward expansion. The U.S. says it has intelligence that President Putin has given the order to proceed with an invasion, and commanders on the ground are making plans to maneuver their units into position.
What we're seeing actually happen is Mr. Putin act on certainly what looks to be very clear intentions to invade Ukraine again.
Russia announced it is keeping tens of thousands of troops near Ukraine's border in Belarus, even though it says planned military exercises there are over. And there has been a dramatic escalation of shelling from Russian-backed separatists in eastern Ukraine. The White House says there are no firm plans for a meeting with Putin, but there are firm plans for how to respond if Russia invades. The president convened his National Security Council at the White House Sunday to discuss sanctions the U.S. and its allies will impose in the event of an attack.
A small war in Europe can grow if we don't stand up in strong and resolute terms to defend our allies and partners.
The U.S. sent a letter to the UN claiming Russia has a list of Ukrainians to be killed or sent to camps following a military occupation. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
And Ukraine's foreign minister issued an urgent call for the UN Security Council to convene immediately to discuss sanctions against Russia in order to deter an invasion. Well, Queen Elizabeth is back at work in isolation after learning she's tested positive for COVID. Royal officials say it's unclear how the Queen caught the virus, but doctors say she has mild symptoms. She's also believed to be triple vaccinated. Just weeks ago, Prince Charles and his wife Camilla came down with the virus. He's now back at work as well.
It's quite reassuring that we're hearing that she has just mild cold-like symptoms, but it is still too early to say. Many people do progress to more serious symptoms after a week or so into illness.
CBS News has learned the Queen's case is just one of a larger COVID outbreaks among her staff. Australia is opening its borders to international visitors for the first time in almost 2 years. The country had imposed some of the toughest COVID-19 restrictions in the world to keep the virus out. It means a lot to the economy as well. Before the pandemic, tourists brought in about $32 billion a year. Australian officials expect it'll take another 2 years for travel and tourism numbers to fully bounce back. President Biden's search for a new Supreme Court justice is underway. Interviews have started with at least one person having a sit-down with the president last week. No word yet on how many candidates will be questioned, but an announcement of the nominee could be made within the next few days. A White House official says President Biden would like to make a decision by the end of the month. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
The housing market heats up again, and a taste of outer space in soda form. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. Of those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, Mad City Baths, your trusted local source for baths, easy access tub to shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to be one of 50 homeowners who receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. And we're going to take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program to receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
Your energy bills have never been higher, up 30 to 60% depending on how you heat your home. Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. We can help lower your energy bills and make your home more cozy. It starts with a visit by our Dr. Energy Saver team. We'll pinpoint your problem areas and show you how we can help. And now's the time to call. With 75% off installation labor, financing for 60 months, and a $100 Visa gift card when you sign up for a Dr. Energy Saver package. Call them now because this doctor makes house calls.
Wall Street is closed today in honor of President's Day. In the week ahead, investors will continue to monitor the latest geopolitical developments, and on the economic calendar, it's all about the consumer with new data on consumer sentiment and spending due. Demand for homes bounced back in January. According to the National Association of Realtors, existing home sales rose 6.7% last month. Meanwhile, the amount of homes on the market fell, pushing up prices. The median price of a previously owned home rose above $350,000. Many Americans are just one hospital visit or car problem away from onerous credit card debt. According to Bankrate, only 53% of adults have more money in an emergency savings account than on a credit card. What's more, 22% of U.S. households have more credit card debt than rainy day savings. On the bright side, the figures are an improvement over a year ago. And Coca-Cola is inviting people to drink the stars. The company unveiled a new soda called Starlight. That's an offshoot of the original Coca-Cola. The reddish-colored drink comes in regular and zero sugar. Starlight is the first beverage from Coca-Cola Creations, its new innovation arm. The limited edition drink goes on sale today. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
As Diane mentioned, Wall Street is taking the President's Day off, so no stock market to report today. Still ahead on News 3 Now at noon, Howard has a special recipe for you to try on this President's Day. Plus, it's going to be pretty slippery out on the roads tonight. Julian's back with your complete forecast after the break.
Spruce up your bathroom with a beautiful new bath or shower from Mad City Baths. Installed in as little as 1 day, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning.
The maintenance on the shower is nothing, just a wipe down every now and then, and that's really been really nice since the old one was much more than that.
You can count on Mad City Baths to do the job on time and on budget. Now, listen to this. Mad City is looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. 50 homeowners will save with free installation, 18 months, no interest, and no payments, senior military discounts, and will compensate you for your time. Just call in now to get a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
Another injury claim, another denial.
What's the status of that car accident?
Denied it this morning.
Good. Not a fan of paying high medical bills.
Our doctor totally came through.
Good. Let's make sure we do the same thing on the next one.
Denying. It's what we do. They called the law offices of Huppy and Abraham. Should we settle this one?
Call Huppy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
Big news concerning two highly effective HIV meds known as PrEP.
We'll tell you why it could be a game changer, especially for at-risk populations.
And this wintry mess all moving into town. We're tracking it tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And the farm markets are closed today for President's Day. Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report will be back with us tomorrow. A winter storm heading our way could create some slippery driving conditions. Here's Julian with your complete forecast. Julian.
That's right. So we're going to start things off exactly with our winter weather advisory, which is going to go into effect for us from tonight going into our Tuesday. And as you can see on your screen, it is encompassing all of southern Wisconsin and even areas north of into the central and northern Wisconsin as well. As we get into our alert day, this is what we're going to be looking at. Our threats are freezing rain, sleet, and light snow, which could be having ice accumulations from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of ice, which is quite significant if you really think about how much ice that really is. Snow accumulations will be on the lighter side, trace amounts for much of southern Wisconsin, but still will cause some headache for travel throughout the next day. So here's what we're going to be seeing. Throughout the course of today, just know this afternoon is going to be quiet. Overcast is going to stick around, but temperatures will be into the middle 30s. Then as we get into around 6 o'clock, that's when we're going to start to see that system starting to roll its way in. We're going to see some of that freezing rain and more south, especially around Janesville and Monroe, mainly going to be looking at just rain. And then as we can see, those temperatures are starting to drop into those 20s as we go into the overnight hours. We will start to see more of that freezing rain. Some sleet will start to mix in as well. But the snow, as you can note, will be mainly into the northwestern corridor of southern Wisconsin and areas just north of Dane County. As we go into our Tuesday, just know Tuesday morning's commute is going to be messy, especially with the ice accumulating overnight and the temperatures continuing to drop and stay steady into the 20s as we get into our Tuesday. Could see some trace amounts of some snowfall as we get into our Tuesday afternoon and before that system moves its way out. But this is what we're looking to expect. The sleet and snow is mainly going to be areas north of the Dells, especially into the northwest corridor. However, for southern Wisconsin around Dane County, we're going to be looking at that freezing rain to transition into that sleet. And then for areas into that southeast corridor, near Janesville and Kenosha area, that's where we're looking for that rain to freezing rain, but mainly rain will be the threats for those areas. And as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing in terms of accumulations, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow near north of the Dells. However, for us, really going to be seeing that freezing rain and ice accumulations is what we're really going to be keeping our eye on. So about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of some ice is really what we're looking at to be expected to start to roll in. Everywhere else just about south, looking for a glaze, could still see close to a bit more to 1/10 of an inch of some ice accumulating. So just know that once again, tonight we could be seeing some slippery stuff, but however, as we get into tomorrow morning, it's going to be the more havoc and treacherous time to travel. As you can see all the red and even purple on your screen. That's why it's going to be quite treacherous throughout the morning. So make sure that you have a plan ahead and definitely just wake up a little bit earlier and take it slow when you're going into your morning commute. And here's some things to consider as you're prepping for freezing rain as that ice looks to develop. We're not looking for temperatures to drop too cold where salts won't work. So you can go ahead and put salts down onto your driveway or even onto the sidewalks wherever you need. But make sure if there are power outages that occur, you will have your devices charged just in case of an emergency, as the freezing rain could be developing some ice that could down some power lines or even cut off the power as well. But afterwards, we are looking for 1 day of some quiet conditions, then looking for another round of potentially some snow coming into our Thursday evening, going into our early Friday. After that, we are going to be drying out, heading into the weekend and being sustainably into the 20s as we are closing out our February. So we just got to get through our alert days for today and tomorrow, Mark, but Thursday and Friday could see some more snow on the way.
All right, well, take it easy out there, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, Julian, thank you. Howard is celebrating President's Day with a special dessert in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Every year on President's Day, it's been a tradition for us to make some type of cherry dessert, as a salute to George Washington chopping down a cherry tree. And every year, we get a tremendous response from all of you telling us how much you love those cherry desserts. So for all of you cherry lovers, here's a recipe that's as easy as it is good. We start by mixing together a can of cherry pie filling with a can of crushed pineapple, juice and all, in a baking dish. On top of that, we sprinkle on a package of dry yellow cake mix that we've tossed with a touch of cinnamon. To add a crunch, we finish it off with some chopped walnuts and drizzle the whole thing with melted butter. I mean, it couldn't get any easier. It's all made in one pan, there's no mixer to deal with, and it bakes up in no time. Oh, you'll know when it's done, when the top is golden and the filling is bubbling hot. Imagine serving this over a big scoop of ice cream. I sure hope you'll go online and get the recipe for what we call cherry pineapple dump cake, so you can have one amazing dessert that is perfectly presidential. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a cherry good way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Up next, Linda Bartsch with the Bruce Company is answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. It's 32 degrees, in case you're wondering. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners whose bath or shower doesn't look so good and is hard to clean. Call Mad City Baths now to take your bathroom from outdated to outstanding in as little as 1 day. From walk-in showers with a low threshold entrance to walk-in tubs with relaxing hydrotherapy. So why wait? This opportunity won't last long. Remember, we have special savings for 50 homeowners. Free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. We're going to take before and after pictures. We're going to compensate you for your time. Last chance to call in to get the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate only from Mad City Baths. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Stretch your dollar with 11% off everything at Menards. We're here to help keep your home protected from water damage. Utility pumps help clear standing water from your basement, crawl spaces, and other high-impact areas. For 150 years, Myers Utility and Sump Pumps have been the brand to trust. And right now, all Myers Utility and Sump Pumps are 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Linda Bartsch of the Bruce Company is answering your plant and garden questions at 608-270-9933. Good afternoon, Linda.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, let's get to the phones. We'll start with Lori from Cambridge. Hi, Lori. What's your question?
Hi, I have a question about my Phalaenopsis orchid. It has black on the base of the orchid before the dirt, and I'm wondering what I can do with that.
Black on the base of, you mean the root system? Some of those roots are black?
Well, yeah, it's right on the end of the leaves, right before it goes into the dirt.
Well, I grow my Phalaenopsis. I don't put mine in dirt, for one thing. Sometimes they're growing in stagnant moss and that. Oh, in the bark. Okay.
It's in the bark.
Yeah. All right. Because dirt might be the problem, that it might have rotted off. I'm just looking at my orchids right now. I guess I'm not. They don't appear black. If the lower leaves are beginning to decline before they are shed, that perhaps could be that's why they're black. But the big trick with those Phalaenopsis is to not overwater them. That's why that recommendation of a couple ice cubes, that is the suggestion for people to maybe give it just a quarter cup when it is watered, so it doesn't sit in moisture, because otherwise you can have rotting, and then that leaf would be cast off.
Okay. All right, good luck. Let's go to Pete in McFarland. Hi, Pete. What's your question?
We got moles or voles in our grass, and they're really tearing it up. What's the best way to get rid of them?
Well, the best way that I've heard is where you go out and you stomp down all of the mounds that you see, and then the first mound that appears again is their main traveling route, and then you can put a mechanism that actually it's like a trap. You set it, and when the mole moves through there, it basically stabs them and kills them. That's how I've heard is people have the best luck in getting them under control. But it's a lot of work.
All right. Well, good luck. Let's go to Jim now in Fitchburg. Hi, Jim. What's your question?
Hi. I have a calicasia elephant ear. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years. I rescued it from a garage in February. But anyway, it's doing great. I have it on the deck in the summer and in my on my south window in the wintertime now. And this is the first year I've got flowers on it. They kind of look like a jack in the pulpit or an Easter lily, you know. And I'm wondering, like, are those seeds? Can I make another plant with this flower, or how do I make some more plants of these elephant ears? Or what do I do with the flower? It's the first time in 5 years.
Yeah. I've overwintered them inside. Some of them I do as house plants, but I've not gotten mine. You must have better light than I do. If it's actually flowering, boy, see, the problem with getting it to be pollinated and then to actually go into seed. Well, we are in February. If you can get that plant outside, you might actually be able to complete that life cycle.
Okay.
But it's gonna be drawing the energy out of if you're typically growing those for foliage, not to produce seed. But if you're a scientist and you want to give it a try, go ahead.
All right. I didn't know they flowered. Good for him. Sue in Madison. Hi. What's your question?
Hi, I have an indoor Norfolk pine plant, and I'm wondering what is the best soil type for an indoor plant like that?
Well, I always like to use something that is a little bit like I use soilless mix. In other words, not garden, not soil from outside, and that mix should have either some perlite or some vermiculite to keep it loosened, because it's all about good drainage and not overwatering these things. But that plant, for it to thrive best, it likes moisture on a fairly regular basis, but never standing in water, and of course as much sunlight as you can give it in our dark little homes this winter.
Okay, we have about 30 seconds left. Carol, what's your question? Carol?
Oh, I also have a Norfolk Island pine, and I've had it in the house for 2 years. It's about 7 feet tall, and every year it made new branches and things, and now all of them are falling off. The actual branches are falling off, and the needles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid she didn't repot it soon enough.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right, we're out of time. Sorry about that. Thank you, Linda. Thank you all for calling in. Let's head to Julian. One final check of the forecast.
Well, just know, once again, we are looking for it to be quiet throughout the rest of our afternoon. We're not going to be seeing that transition and seeing some rain or freezing rain until we get into about the 6 p.m. hour, going into the rest of our evening. So once you get into around dinner time, that's when things are going to start to get a bit slippery and definitely going to get icy going into our Tuesday morning. So make sure that you plan ahead. It's where we have the alert day for us for tonight and for tomorrow. Temperatures will drop off, and that's really what we're going to be looking at, is that transition from below freezing temperatures going into tomorrow that will create that icy conditions for us through our commute. Afterwards, we are looking for another round of some snow coming into Thursday evening into our Friday morning. It's one thing to keep an eye on after we get through this icy mess going into Tuesday. Over to you, Mark.
All right, be very careful tomorrow morning, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, everybody. Julian, thank you. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.